These may be the last pictures taken of baby Poppi Worthington. It was winter 2012. The family went to the zoo. Not a hint of what was to come. But in 3 weeks, Poppi would be dead. Her father, Paul, was the last person to see her alive. The post-mortem found evidence of an horrific sexual assault. It took almost 4 years for the details to come out, but eventually he was labelled as Poppi's abuser. Now, Paul Worthington hasn't been found guilty. There hasn't even been a criminal trial. What there has been is a hearing in the family court, a court that couldn't convict Paul Worthington, didn't have the powers, but it did point the finger at him. And since the day that judgment was made public, Paul Worthington's not been seen here. He's effectively in hiding. So what did the police know? A baby death in these circumstances is unusual in Britain, let alone Barrow. But Cumbria Police's investigation, in the words of the only judge to hear this case, was deficient. Potential evidence was actually thrown away. Is that pretty much how you remember her?
Oh yeah, cute, bubbly, little beauty.
Until her sudden death, Poppi was a perfectly healthy child. But no trial has meant no conclusive answers. Paul Worthington's sister says the police have let him down.
The evidence is gone. There's nothing there to prove it either way. He is in limbo because he can't prove his innocence, and I guess the police are in limbo because they can't prove his guilt.
So is this an abuser allowed to walk free, or a father unfairly maligned? Well, that's not the question the family court had to answer.
The job of the family court is to protect children at risk. What they're determining is there a substantial risk of harm to the remaining children? What caused the harm to Poppi Worthington, and what risk is posed to the remaining children as a consequence of that harm that was done to Poppi?
Of course, it wasn't a criminal trial, no beyond reasonable doubt. The judge had to decide it was more likely than not that Poppi's father had sexually assaulted her. And from a criminal point of view then, as it stands now, he is what?
He's innocent. Innocent till proven guilty.
It may not be popular to say so, but some observers have an uneasy feeling about this case.
It just feels almost that they found him guilty by a backdoor. It's not a criminal finding, obviously, but certainly the way the public would see it would be as a criminal finding.
So what was it in the end that convinced the judge? With the absence of key physical evidence, the opinions of medical experts has been absolutely crucial. Pages and pages have been written about Poppi's death, but what hasn't emerged is one clear explanation for what happened. 7 medical experts gave, at times, conflicting evidence. But the pathologist Alison Armour said Poppi's injuries pointed to sexual assault, and the judge agreed. The discord, though, leaves a troubling question. How sure can we be?
The difficulty is with cases like this is there's such sensitivity, such a moral panic around the abuse of children. So Poppi Worthington's father is spread all over the media, when actually he hasn't been found guilty of anything. He's not yet been charged with anything. And what he's been accused of is highly unusual.
Even the judge thought it unlikely. But in the end, he thought the only possible explanation. Lots of people will say that he is a child abuser.
Oh yeah, he knows that what people are saying, and at the end of the day, you know, he was absolutely devastated to be labelled as that. Yeah, he wouldn't touch his daughter. He loved his kids.
What can't be said still is how Poppi died. Suspicion lingers, and the truth has yet to break through. Kieran Jenkins, Channel 4 News, Barrow.